So let's take a look at some of the 4-note chords, these very common chords that are used in so many songs, and some of the most common positions that guitar players use. For all the chords that you're going to learn on the guitar, you should at least, from the very beginning, have 2 positions. One with the root on the 5th string and one with the root on the 6th string. So if we say, for example, C major 7, you're going to be using that shape, and that's your root on the 5th string. You also need to know this one. There are others, but you want to start with these 2, and you want to make sure that for all these types of chords, you have, again, at least 1 position with the root on 5th, 1 position with the root on 6th, and you can expand to the other positions. C major 7, C major 7. If I play C minor 7, again, I have root on 6 here. Root on the 6th string over there for C minor 7. C dominant 7 or C7. C7, C7, root on 5th, root on 6th. C minor 7, flat 5. This one may be new for some of you, so check it out. Let's do it in B, because when we do the C major scale, we're going to have that chord being a B, so we might as well start with the B for the minor 7 flat 5. Okay, look at this shape. It's the B, the F, the A, and the D. Remember I told you that, the order of the notes can change. If the root is on the bottom, it doesn't matter that the next note is not a 3rd. The next note is the flat 5, then we have the flat 7, then we have the 3rd. See, the 3rd is there, flat 5. Flat 5, flat 7, and the 3rd right there. It's our minor 7 flat 5. Very important chord, very important shape for you to know. That will be with the root on 5th, now with the root on 6th. And if you start observing this shape, because us guitar players, we look at shapes a lot. We get a lot of juice out of understanding shapes and how to combine them. And if you start looking at this shape, hopefully you will notice that if I take this finger out, I have a shape there that looks like this, that looks like that. So it's like I have that shape right there. What is that telling me? That's telling me that B minor 7 flat 5 is a D minor triad, because this is a D minor triad. I have the D, the F, and the A. And then I have a B on the bottom. So B minor 7 flat 5 can also be explained by saying D minor triad, so DM slash B. Okay, so these are the shapes. After you get all those shapes, meaning the major 7, the minor 7, the dominant 7, minor 7 flat 5, you're ready to harmonize the scale, and you definitely want to learn how to do that. And again, I recommend you start with the 4-note chords on sets of 4 strings at a time. So you can start with the middle ones. And again, always, if you're playing on a guitar that is, difficult to get way up on the fretboard, then you can always start in the key of A. Remember that on the key of A, you're going to have to adapt to the open strings, but you know what? You might as well start dealing with open strings right away. So we're going to take C major 7, then the second chord in the tonality D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, and C. Now, let's say that you get here, and that's so high, that's not comfortable. Well, you can always switch octaves when you do this, because, the purpose of the exercise is for you to learn where all these chords are in positions where you're actually going to use them. So if you're going up from C and you get here, and you say, I don't want to go any higher than that, the next one is B, well, instead of going there, you just go there. You see, you switch down an octave for the next chord, so you end up with then you're gonna do the same thing starting on with the root on the sixth string. And with the sixth string, here's the shape that you may not be familiar with. Let's start in F. So we don't use any open strings right now. So that's an F major 7. Notice that we are using 4 notes at a time. There are other positions, very common positions like this one. Again, F major 7. You need to really start observing these chords and say, but F major 7, but that looks like an A minor. That's A minor, and that's an F. Well, F major 7, it's an A minor triad with F on the bass. Okay, so you want to do it like that. If you want to do, these voicings like that, you can learn them. We have different lessons where you can learn how to harmonize the scales up and down the neck. The most common positions for these chords, though, let's review. Major 7, minor 7. Some people play it like that. If they at the beginning have a hard time doing the bar with this finger, that's okay. C7. And the minor 7 flat 5. You can also look for some of these chords with the root on the 4th, but I definitely suggest that you really get solid on root on 5th, root on 6th. See you in the next lesson.